The Fantasy Flow Podcast rested both of their starters for the playoffs. Hey, welcome back to the Fantasy Flow Podcast. It's Austin, it's Andy, it's both of us. Andy, you're back.
I'm back, baby. Let's go.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, man. We just witnessed the conclusion of the 2025 NFL regular season. And yeah, it was an awesome break. I mean, we haven't really recorded for a while. Yeah, I was traveling all over the place. I went to Portland to see some family. I flew then to Tampa Bay to see some other family. And then I, got to travel all the way back here. It was a whirlwind, but I'm sure, Andy, your holiday break was even crazier because you got a newborn at home. So, you're just sleep deprived. You don't know what day it is. You're just...
I'm all over the place, man.
Yeah.
It's, I'm just getting rest when I can, making sure the little one is happy and healthy, making sure my wife, my mother of my child is happy and healthy. So... I'm doing the best I can over here.
Absolutely, man. And yeah, that's going to be me, next year. I mean, I told my family and my wife's family, we made the announcement that we're expecting. So yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. We surprised everyone and they were all so thrilled. We're having a baby girl, just like you have a baby girl right now. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff going on. I did manage to find some time to win my work league. I defended my championship, and I wore my championship trophy hoodie to work because that's just the kind of coworker I am. And I know, Andy, you found some time in your day to win your own championship. Is it one or two?
2 out of the 3 championship games I was in, and those 2 that I won, I was the reigning champ. So I got back-to-back championships in 2 different leagues.
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Yeah, I managed to win 3rd in our league of record, which you won. So we're both on the podium there. But yeah, no, props to you, man. Back-to-back champions now in our league of record that you are the commissioner of. So... I'm not saying it. I mean, you put in the work. You collect the dues. You update everything. You keep it all together. Yep. And yeah, man, you're out in front. And yeah, we respect you even with all the craziness. You're really you're removing my future excuses. Next year. I'm like, oh well, geez, Andy won the championship while his first child was being born. I'm like, oh, okay.
Thank you, Puka Nakua.
Absolutely, dude. All right. Well, we're going to recap Week 18. Don't worry, not all the games. We're only going to recap the 3 games that really mattered for the playoffs. The 3 games, they were all primetime games. You watched them. We watched them. We're going to start with the Carolina Panthers going to Tampa Bay. The Panthers, they just came out so flat. It was just like... everything that it's like they are who we thought they were type of performance. Everyone who doubted the Panthers, that's like, you're like, this is why you're watching them. And they just don't have a whole lot going on. And the Bucs defense, which had been mostly the problem for the prior 2 months, they really came out and they stepped up in a big spot. And unfortunately for the Bucs as a team, it was too little too late because they lost a 3-way tie for the division lead, and they're not going to the playoffs. But the defense really seemed to step up, Andy. What did you see from the Bucs?
Yeah, the defense stepped up. Cade Otton probably had his best game of his career.
Shout out UW.
Yeah, exactly. Neither run game of either team had any success in my opinion. Bucky, I'm just seeing this for the first time. I didn't realize he had 26 carries. That's nuts. But only averaged 3.3 yards a carry. Baker was the most efficient runner, but it was a weather heavy game. I think that really favored the fact that it was in Tampa, really favored Tampa, had a little extra motivation on their side because, like you say, Carolina had that fallback plan in case they did lose. And sure enough, it worked out for them. They still lost. I don't think either of these teams deserve to be in the playoffs. I don't. If you have a losing record, you shouldn't be in the NFL playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I hate seeing that. I'm not advocating for like some sort of rule change. I think it's so clear. It's laid out in front of you. Win your division, you get into the playoffs. That's
Sure.
I think if we were to like change the structure somehow, I think it eliminates a lot of the divisional rivalries. It changes the motivations and the scheduling. Like there's just a lot that goes into it, and I think it's great how it is. Besides, half the time these teams with losing records, they mess around and win a playoff game. Like we wouldn't have the Marshawn Lynch Beastquake if it was if we didn't let losing teams get into the playoffs. So
right.
You know, you never know. You never know. But
Right.
you know, maybe we'll get another Rico Dowdle 200-yard game against the Rams. Like
Oh yeah. Good luck. Good luck.
But anyways, yeah, what you were saying about Bucky Irving, it was great to see him back. But then, yeah, that second half, the Bucs were just so conservative. It was the most Todd Bowles offense like I've ever seen. Just the game management. It was like, how can we win by as little as possible, as unexcitingly as we possibly can? Like Baker Mayfield was outstanding in the first half, and then the second half, the offense just basically switched their objective from like scoring to like draining the clock, and it was a bummer, but it worked out for him until Sunday. So awkward how the schedule played out, that this game was on Saturday, but then the one that really decided the division was on Sunday between the Saints and Falcons. Super unfortunate, and you know, it's only awkward because of how it went. I mean, there was a 75% chance that it didn't just go this way, but it was super weird how the Panthers lost that game, but then won the division after Sunday.
I was telling a friend, it doesn't make. I thought they eliminated the Saturday, Thursday, Monday games. Everybody plays on Sunday because just one extra
for
day.
This reason.
Yeah, some team. Yeah, not only for that reason, for seeding and for playoff implications, but also those four teams, they get an extra day. No matter who wins or loses, if they were to move on, they get an extra day of rest, and that just seems really unfair to the rest of the league.
Sure. Yeah, I hear that. But anyways, I think that's enough on the NFC South for now.
Right. I agree.
The next game on Saturday was our Seattle Seahawks. We went to Santa Clara, and yeah, we spanked the 49ers to win the division, to get the number one seed, get the bye, clinch home field for as long as we can hang around in the playoffs. That was incredible. The Seahawks have the longest winning streak now in the NFC. They've won their last 7 games, and they needed to win all 7 of those to get the 1 seed, and they did it. And I'm just so impressed with what I've seen from the Seahawks as a team. Like, they are the most well-rounded, like without weakness team in the NFC, and I'm just so impressed with their ability to win in different ways. Like, this was the same team that scored like 40 points on the Rams, went for 2 and got it 3 times in an absolute shootout. We beat the Rams in a shootout, and then we go to Santa Clara and we win 13-3 in like just a gross, like physical running, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like we can win however we need to win, whatever the situation calls for. That's what I'm seeing from this Seahawks team, and you gotta love it. Just more road dominance from the McDonald-led Seahawks.
Yeah, totally. I mean, from the Colts game to where we don't score a touchdown and win, to the Rams where it goes into OT and we win in that crazy fashion. And then, yeah, a really low-scoring, not really high-quality game against the 49ers. How crazy is it that Sam Darnold goes back-to-back years fighting for the number 1 seed in Week 18 in completely different divisions against completely different teams? He's just put in the exact same scenario. Everyone's waiting for the pump from the Cinderella carriage to turn into a pumpkin, and this time around he comes through. He gets that 1 seed. I mean, what a redemption. It's like the Seahawks are just churning out redemption stories at the quarterback spot left and right, and it's hard not to just appreciate it as a fan.
Yeah, man. I'm hearing this stat thrown out a lot. Like Sam Darnold's the winningest quarterback in football over the last 2 years, because the Vikings won so many games last year, and now with the Seahawks.
Right.
Sam Darnold didn't have much to do with the win on Saturday, but he didn't turn the ball over, and that's huge because he's been doing that a lot this year. But yeah, if he can just continue to manage these games and then step up, as needed. Yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit for this Seahawks team. So
yes, go defense. That is our motto. Yeah. Go defense.
Absolutely, yeah. Our defensive front. I mean, a lot of comparisons being made to like the Legion of Boom, but like our secondary was our strength back then, and we had some studs on the line. Don't get me wrong, but like our strength is our front. The front of the defense is our strength now, and yeah, it's really fun to watch. It's really freaking fun to watch Brock Purdy get like crunched between the 2 edge rushers, just meet in the middle at the same time. And yeah, man, I'm kind of giddy. And we don't get to see him this weekend, but yeah, I think that's a good thing, especially getting our left tackle, our newly extended left tackle, Charles Cross. We got to get him back. For the divisional round. So
very apparent.
I expect him back. The O-line did great against the 49ers, but the 49ers are so hurt on defense. I mean, hats off to the O-line. The backups did a great job, but like that's not going to work against the Eagles. Like we need Charles Cross. We need everyone healthy and at their best. Eagles, I'll throw the Rams in there, right? The 49ers defensive front is just not in the same league, and especially not if we're going up against one of these AFC teams on the other side. Like we need all hands on deck. So this bye is huge.
It made me think of the pieces that they lost, the San Francisco defense in free agency this past year. Yes, they have a ton of injuries that they can point to, but man, when you lose 2 of your best players on defense, and you try to substitute them with guys that are normally second or third string, this is the result.
49ers, good luck.
Good luck.
I kind of hope we face them again, just because that went so freaking well, and I don't believe in that defense. But
yeah, I'd rather play them than the Rams, 100%.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just opening one of my Christmas gifts from my in-laws. It's a giant bag bigger than my head of Republican Swedish fish. So
that's American.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, the third game that we're going to talk about, Steelers-Ravens. Gotta talk about it. Okay, so I'm a Ravens fan. I think Andy doesn't really care either way about either of these teams, if I'm correct. My hatred for the Steelers... It goes back years, man. It goes back to when the Seahawks and Steelers played each other in the Super Bowl, and the refs really gave it to the Steelers, and everyone in Seattle hated the Steelers. And then, I kind of adopted the Ravens as my second team years later, having nothing to do with my Steelers hate. I just, through osmosis of like this Ravens fandom combined with my Seahawks fandom, it's just like double Steelers hate, It's like That's like my least favorite team in the league. This game was just a lot of pain, a lot of sadness. I really believed in the Ravens the whole way. I believe in Lamar Jackson. I just thought for sure he was going to do something incredible. I was that little kid on the tricycle in the movie The Incredibles, and I was just like waiting for Lamar to do something amazing, and he did. He absolutely did. He found Zay Flowers, when they only needed a few yards to get the first down. He's going for it all, and I just love that. I love that when it's an accurate pass, and you can tell watching Lamar if it's going to be an accurate pass or not. If he just effortlessly, without hesitation, just flicks it, just a little flick, it's like, oh oh, we're about to see something. You know what I mean? And yeah, he did great. Derrick Henry did great. And then Tyler Loop, the rookie field goal kicker, misses the kick. And like, I don't know. Like I had a bunch of complaints about the play calling in the second half. They went away from Derrick Henry. Lots of sloppy mistakes. You lose Kyle Hamilton at halftime. That sucks. But like ultimately, all of my complaints kind of went out the window when the Ravens put themselves in position to win the game. And you just get unlucky with the kick, and that's it, Andy. I mean, I'm sure you've seen some of the highlights. Do you have any thoughts on that? Tyler Loop specifically, like.
Yeah. Where's Justin Tucker when you need him? That's what I thought right away. Yeah, Pittsburgh is a crappy field. I never play a kicker unless it's Boswell in fantasy football if they're playing in Pittsburgh because of this exact reason. The wind, the field conditions. Boswell is a seasoned pro, obviously, with this team and with the field, so I trust that. But it didn't surprise me that he missed it. And the Ravens, I mean, I've been preaching against them all year. When you put yourself in a position when you have only 3 wins and your starting quarterback gets hurt for multiple games, and then you try to come back and make the playoffs, like, granted, they were 1 game away, but this team put themselves in this position all year long, and I think that missed kick was just was a single representation of the entire regular season for the Ravens, to be quite honest.
I don't think this Ravens team was going to really make a run. They're just too inconsistent, but it would have been nice to see them win the division and just keep out the Steelers. Absolutely hilarious. The reporter, I don't know if you saw this, Andy, but like Aaron Rodgers is on the field, the confetti's falling down at home, everyone's going nuts, and the reporter says something to Aaron Rodgers like, "What a win, what do you think?" He goes, "Oh yeah, it was great to win." And she goes, "Are you retiring?" Like, was this your last game in Pittsburgh? Are you retiring after this year? And he's just like, what? Like you're asking me that now as we're celebrating the win?
Why are we asking that minutes after the game? Like, can we just wait a day? Like, come on. What do you expect them to say? Like, duh. Like, I want to play football. I want to coach. Like, no, I expect that this is my last game. Thanks. Now that you asked, I can tell everybody.
Right. He was just waiting for someone to ask him.
Right. Anyways,
yeah, Steelers get to play one more game. So,
yep.
Congrats. Yep. Let's take this moment to recap our season-long over-under bets that we made in August before the season started. Andy and I, we both picked 3 win total over-unders for NFL teams that we felt very confident in, and 4 out of 6 were winners. And I think 3 of these 4 were your picks specifically, but we both kind of agreed on each other's picks.
Sure.
First one, Denver Broncos over 9.5. Yeah, that one won like 2 months ago. So
yeah, cleared that easy.
Yeah, for sure. Arizona Cardinals under 8.5. Can you believe it was 8.5?
Dude, I don't think they've won a game since October.
Yeah, they have 3 wins. So that one literally over a month ago. So easy. And then these last 2, the total opposite. Atlanta Falcons over 7.5 wins. They had to win the last 4 games of the season with a backup quarterback, quote unquote backup quarterback, against some tough competition to scratch and claw their way to 8 wins, and they did it. So that's a winner.
Hell yeah.
And finally, Minnesota Vikings over 8.5 wins. This was a lock. I mean, we knew it from the beginning, right? I mean, like JJ McCarthy, just pure dominance. This was never really in doubt. They won the last 5 games of the season, just like we thought they would, to reach 9 wins exactly. So
with a third string quarterback.
Oh yeah, Max Brosmer. McCarthy let Brosmer play a little bit there too. Yeah.
Yeah. That one is crazy. I thought that one was dead and right. They beat the Commanders, Cowboys, Giants, Lions, and Packers. Like you said, 5 in a row. Some of them with Brosner, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just incredible. Thank you, Brian Flores. We should send him $1 for his for our
That's
thanks.
a great idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
The two that did not win, the Eagles, we bet over 11.5. They won exactly 11. What the heck?
Damn it.
We should send Nick Sirianni an invoice for $1.
Exactly. And then we're even.
Oh.
And we break even.
The Eagles played their backups, and their backups lost to the Commanders' third string.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though the third string quarterback, but they had Terry McLaurin out there. They had Bobby Wagner. They had their stars showing up.
I kid.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the Saints. We bet under 4.5, and that was looking good. It was looking great actually until they switched quarterbacks. Turns out Tyler Shuck was just, shuck around and find out. Like, I guess we get what we deserve there. But
sure.
Yeah.
No,
it was fun. It was fun, and we're up. So yeah, kind of a shame just with the travel and the holidays and the baby and everything. Kind of I lost track of our team elimination challenge and our game picks, but like, I don't know, no one really seemed to care, so we're just gonna breeze through that. We do have text proof. We have receipts that we would have eliminated the Ravens after week 16, and then of course the Lions because they were mathematically eliminated after week 17, and then week 18 would have been the Bucks.
Right.
We just didn't record. So we're gonna preview the playoffs. How about that? Yeah. I came up with a creative way to preview the playoffs, and it's with a competition. I love points. I love winning. I love betting. I love, me versus Andy, just putting our ball knowledge to the test. So this I'm calling the playoff upsets draft, and we are drafting all 14 NFL playoff teams, and you get a point if they pull an upset in the playoffs, and you get a point if they win the Super Bowl.
Oh, baby.
Couldn't be more simple. I guess it could. But it's very simple. Just 2 rules. You get a point if you pull an upset. You get a point if you win the Super Bowl. For example, the Seattle Seahawks. If they win a game that they're favored by, you don't get a point. So they have to be underdogs. So are you incentivized to pick a team that's an underdog, or are you going to try and pick a team that's going to be in multiple games? We know the point spreads for Wild Card Weekend. We don't know the future point spreads. We don't know the future matchups. So, it's a little interesting. And, we're going to basically take turns choosing which teams we're higher than Vegas on, who we think can pull an upset. Who are your teams that you're riding with to make some noise in January?
Yeah.
Andy, I think it's only fair if we do a snake draft. I'm going to give you your choice. Do you want the first pick, or do you want the 2-3? You want the first pick. All right. We're going to give it to Andy. He's going to start us off. The inaugural playoff upsets draft, Fantasy Flow. Andy Phillips, kick us off.
Okay, here we go. This one shocked me. They're a home team that's an underdog going into Wild Card Weekend. It's probably Austin's favorite team, so he's going to hate me picking this team. It's going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars. How are they not favored? They have gone on this massive run. They look unstoppable, even though none of us believe it. And clearly Vegas doesn't believe it either. Buffalo is favored by 1.5, whatever you want to look at it. Buffalo is favored. I'm picking the Jags because they will probably win, and I will get that point right off the bat.
Wow. All right. I got a question for you, Andy. You ever heard of Josh Allen?
Who else is on that team?
The NFL rushing leader, James Cook.
Have you heard of touchdown leader Trevor Lawrence?
Hey. So here's my deal with the Jaguars. I put this together. I was driving today, and I put it together why I and pretty much everyone else doubt and kind of dislike the Jaguars at this point. It's because they're a post-hype sleeper. They have a lot of good players. They had a lot of good players. These players have been on the roster for a while, and a lot of people, myself included, bought in at one point or another. We're like, oh yeah, this Jags team's really talented. They got a lot of great players on defense. The other Josh Allen, they got just really sound. They invest a lot in the offensive line every year, and Brian Thomas Jr. broke out last year, and it's just like, man, a lot of people bought into this Jags team in the past. Trevor Lawrence, oh, this is his year.
Right.
And they have made all those people who bought into them look like idiots over the last few years. They've done nothing but disappoint. If you didn't buy in back then, you bought in this year. Everyone who drafted Brian Thomas Jr. in their fantasy leagues didn't make the playoffs. Travis Hunter was a total bust because of the injury.
Right.
And so many people are just frustrated with this Jags team. And then they just start winning games out of nowhere without either of those two guys that I've mentioned. And then suddenly Trevor Lawrence looks great. And so you have all the people who, if you've doubted them this whole time, it's like confirmation bias. You think they suck because you've been right for so long. If you bought in, you're upset because they made you look like idiots. And so it's like, who's really left outside, people outside of Jacksonville that aren't frustrated with this team? Like, Andy, what gives you confidence that they're going to continue to find success?
8 wins in a row. The Bills have been dominant and the favorite for either the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl year after year, and look where they're at. They're the 6th seed. I'm just shocked that the Jags deserve our respect and they don't get it. So this is my confidence vote right here.
Okay. My first pick of the playoff upsets draft, I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
The Eagles, they are going up against the 49ers in the first round. The Eagles are favorites, so they cannot get me a point in this round. They're a sleeper Super Bowl team, and if they get to the conference championship game, and especially the Super Bowl, I think they're going to be underdogs because they're not dominating like they dominated last year. But I think that they're getting healthy, and especially with the bye week that they just gave themselves in week 18, I just really believe in this team. I think, defense wins championships. You still have Saquon Barkley, and they just still have so much of the same DNA that won this tournament last year. So give me the Eagles to pull off some future upsets. That's my first pick.
Okay.
Do you want to respond to that before I make my
No,
second pick?
I want to hear. I'll respond to both your teams.
Okay. My next team, I'm kind of similar. Maybe this isn't good strategy, but I'll take the Bears, another NFC team that is at home, and they're favored in the first round, so I can't get any points from them in round 1. But I think that they have what it takes to go on a run. They can be a berserker. They're going to be underdogs for the rest of the way after they win the wild card round, which I think they can. I think they will. They lead the league in every turnover metric, and Ben Johnson with that offense, they're just a berserker. Like, I don't want to play them. And I think that's what we're looking here. That's what we're looking for in the playoff upsets draft.
Oh, I don't know if the Eagles or the Bears will be underdogs moving forward, especially the Eagles. So that was they were neither of those teams were in my top 5. I was kind of shocked you didn't go like Eagles 49ers. That way you get a point no matter what. But man, yeah, you're picking the 2 and the 3 seed and both favorites. Austin, I must remind you of this game that we created. You're trying to pick the upsets, the teams that are underdogs that will probably have a chance to win. I don't know. I think the Eagles will probably be favored moving forward unless they're going against the Seahawks. Those are my thoughts on those two teams. And the Bears, oh God, they deserve to be the 2 seed, but man, they look vulnerable. They need Caleb to have a monster game and their defense to play lights out, basically. And both of those things have to happen for them to win every game moving forward. So, and I think one of those is going to break, moving down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm looking for a team that can make a deep run, not just wild card round, not just division, a deep run. But I am worried. Caleb Williams, this is his first playoff game in his career. That does worry me. But
yes. So, in light of you not taking the underdogs, I will. I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers. This is the team that I think will be underdogs moving forward. No matter if they win, they will always be underdogs. So low floor, high risk, or low floor, high risk, a high reward, I guess I should say. Whatever I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm going with the 49ers. They're probably not going to win any games, but if they do, they're going to be underdogs.
Yeah. That's this exercise, man. I mean, like, I think that defense makes them like ineligible to win in the postseason, but I could easily be wrong. Like, what do I know? Like it's Kyle freaking Shanahan. So like they could absolutely beat the Eagles. It's possible. Sure. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it's worth a shot.
Wow. So I could go. You gave me both my opponents to my first pick. So, well, no, sorry. I could follow that exact strategy, but I'm going to stick with my list here. I'm going to go with the Houston Texans. Now, they're favored this game against the Steelers, but they are the 5 seed. They're going to be playing on the road, most likely, to whatever team they play next if they win, and I think they will be the underdog. It's going to be close because Vegas has a sweet spot for the Texans. I feel like they're the favorite child over the Jaguars, and I could easily see I could easily see that type of matchup where the Texans play the Jaguars, or I don't know, maybe not. But I'm going to stick with them.
We have no idea who the Texans are going to play because we reseed, right? And the Bills are the 6th seed. The Chargers could do something crazy. Like, we just have no idea who they're going to play. But it's a great defense. Like I was just saying, I like to trust good defenses in the postseason. So I respect that pick. It's a little similar to the picks that I made that you gave me a bunch of shit for. So I don't know. But...
Yes, it is. I agree. But yes, I think they'll win easily against the Steelers, and then I think they will be underdogs.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You want an underdog? Let's go crazy, Andy. I'm going to go with a team that's going to be underdog in every single playoff game that they appear in. All one playoff game. I'm going with the Chargers.
Oh, okay.
7 seed, going to New England. New England, I believe they went undefeated on the road, but not so at home. This is Drake May's first ever playoff game.
True.
What is the Patriots' identity? Is it Drake May? Is it the run game? Like, I don't know. Like they've beaten teams. They've beaten a lot of bad teams, a lot of different ways. They've looked dominant, but I think that their record is a little inflated by the soft schedule, which I heard per a DVOA or one of the fancy like advanced metrics. This was like the 3rd easiest schedule of all time.
Sure.
And, I'm just kind of a hater, but look, it's his first ever playoff game. It's a new atmosphere. I mean, just look at the team that I'm picking, the Chargers. We saw Justin Herbert have a total collapse this time last year. He threw like 4 interceptions against the Texans or something crazy. Like, maybe this happens to the other new guy, Drake May's newest AFC QB to be in the playoffs. Maybe the Chargers put it together. I don't like the Chargers O-line. That worries me, but I don't know, man. Maybe they could mess up something crazy.
Chargers have a good defense. The thing that worries me about is just Justin Herbert as a whole. If his hand is healthy and capable, if he's able to survive the game, that's going to be a big one. But you're right. The Patriots don't really have an identity. So I understand the logic there.
Andy, what do you think that point spread is, or have you seen it?
I'm looking at it right now. ESPN says 3.5.
It's only 3.5.
Yeah.
Only 3.5.
Yeah, that's true. That's like the home. It's just like it's basically a coin flip, but yet since you're home and you have the better seed, here's 3 points.
All right. My first 2 picks were NFC, right? So I'm going to balance it out. I'm going to go AFC. Give me the Bills.
Dang it. Yeah, they were next on my list.
Sorry, man. I don't really love the Bills. They're not dynamic enough on offense. It's like just the running game. Their passing attack doesn't inspire confidence. It's like the backup tight ends and weird people are scoring touchdowns. It's not really repeatable in the postseason, if you ask me. But I'm not scared of the Jags. And then after that, it's just like, who knows? Maybe this is Josh Allen's year. Like,
Sure.
Yeah, we're out here.
Yeah, they're barely favored against the Jags, so that most likely they will be underdogs moving forward. And they're the 6th seed, so they will definitely be on the road no matter what. If they do win moving forward, they were the next team on my list. So I'm going to go with the next 2. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers because they're underdogs right now. And I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers because they will definitely be underdogs moving forward, no matter who the Packers play in the NFC.
So, yeah, the point spread for the Bears-Packers game is so close right now. Andy, you and I, we agreed that the Bears are favorites in that game for the purposes of this exercise. So, yeah, if the Packers win in Soldier Field, that gets you a point. When it's basically a pick 'em, so that's good value. Just strictly speaking, I respect that. Your other pick, the Steelers, you were so confident in picking with the Texans earlier, so
yeah.
I'm just a head scratcher, but
making sure I get those points because if either of those teams win, they will probably be underdogs. So I have my bases covered here.
Okay, nothing's guaranteed, but I see what you're saying. Just give me the Rams.
Yep, they were next on my list.
The Rams are 10-point favorites against the Panthers, so I'm not getting a point there if they win.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, if this plays out how I think it's going to play out, which is that if the Bears and Eagles win, they'll play each other, and then the Rams will have to go to Seattle. That's going to be – I expect the Rams to be like 1 or 2 point underdogs. It's going to be close.
Right.
So
right. I agree.
I think there's good value there. And then if the Rams can get past the Seahawks, they can mess around and beat anybody. So
Yes. Unfortunately, I think if they beat the Seahawks, I don't think they will be underdogs. But that's why they're 10th on my list.
Yeah, could be. As in terms of Super Bowl odds right now, the Seahawks and Rams are the top 2. So maybe if the Rams beat the Seahawks, then they're favored the rest of the way. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, wait, it's me again. Okay, I'm going to do it. There's 1 point for every upset, but there's another point hanging out there for whoever wins the Super Bowl. And I can't let you take this team from me, so I'm going to pick the Broncos.
What? Okay.
I'm going to pick the Broncos because I think they might win the Super Bowl. I think they might be underdogs in the Super Bowl, so I could double up, get 2 points on you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Sure.
I hate all these options that are left. So
Yes. That is funny. I thought for sure you were going to pick the Seahawks just for that. That is
I did kind of set it up that
hilarious.
way.
Yes, you did. That was so funny. Okay, well, I'll give you the rest of my list. It goes Panthers, Pats. I wrote the Seahawks as the last team just because they're never going to be underdogs.
They're literally the favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, they're literally the favorites. But you know what? I'm going to take that away from you. I'm going to go against my list. I have no faith in the Panthers. I would hate myself if I picked the Panthers over my Seahawks. So therefore, I'm going to pick the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. Give you the Panthers.
Okay. So you got the Seahawks. And then let's talk about these Patriots. I know we talked about the Chargers, and I kind of outlined what makes the Patriots vulnerable. What do you think about the Patriots and their odds, not only in the Chargers game, but in the AFC?
Well, if they win, they will play they will probably play the Jags or the Texans. Or, sorry, they'll play the Jags, Steelers, or Texans. So, man, if they go against the Texans, they might be underdogs there. But if they go against the Jaguars or the Steelers, I think the Patriots are the favorites. But you asked me, how do I feel about them? What do I think? I think this is just a really well-rounded team. Their defense isn't anything outstanding, but they know how to make plays. Their run game isn't outstanding, but they can have a couple crazy bursts.
Yeah.
They're kind of and Drake May might win MVP. So like, you have potentially the most valuable player on your team. It's hard to root against. It's hard to say this team isn't worth anything when that's the case, but they kind of remind me of like the AFC Detroit Lions. Like, the Lions are so well-rounded. They don't do anything fantastic, but they know how to win games. That's what the Patriots remind me of. And they have a coach that we can all get behind.
Great coaching and great special teams. Which doesn't get talked about a whole lot, but it matters. So, yeah, I mean, they're up here for a reason, and it's their schedule. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, look at the 49ers. They took advantage of a fourth place. They were one game away from getting the number 1 seed, and they had a fourth place schedule.
Yeah.
You get handed the plate that you get handed, and they took full advantage of it.
I think he is my MVP now. I just can't imagine them giving the MVP to the quarterback of a team that's third place in its division. That's what people are talking about with Matthew Stafford. I mean, he had a mission in front of him, which was go win your division, and he failed to do that. So, and it was kind of his fault. It's not like his defense let him down. It was like he had some bad games. I know he played tougher competition than Drake May. I know he has better counting stats in terms of passing yards, but if you include rushing touchdowns and rushing yards, and like combined both quarterbacks passing and rushing, it's very comparable. Like very comparable. And they've thrown the same number of interceptions, but Drake May's just won a couple more games, and he won his division, and just did a lot of historic things. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's tough.
The voters have to turn in their votes. I think they had to turn them in today or tomorrow, or maybe Wednesday. They have to do it before the playoffs start. But I don't know. I feel like the storyline of Matthew Stafford, we all counted. We didn't think he was going to play this great this year. He's in that hyperbolic chamber. He's in that time machine all off season, and we're worried about his back, and he just comes out and slings it. But I do believe that game against the Falcons really kind of changed people's directions on, wow, Stafford is maybe not as good as we thought he was coming into this game. And the Rams kind of suck, and they didn't win their division. I agree. I think the storyline it favors Matthew Stafford. But you've said it to me multiple times, it hasn't been a non-division winner since like '08 or something like that. Like it's the odds are in Drake May's favor at this point.
That's so yeah. We're talking about like who we think is going to win, but like who do you think should win? Are you opinionated? Do you think one player deserves it over the other?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I think Matthew Stafford just, I mean, maybe I'm a little bit biased because I've seen a little bit more of him, but Drake May really figured some stuff out, and man, his moonball is one of the best in the game right now. But man, just the effort that Stafford has had to do to put this team on his back. I mean, the defense has let this team down time and time again, and he is just out there slinging it. And in the missed throws that he has are so few and far between.
Yeah.
It's mostly the wide receiver's fault for not catching the ball or their positioning, right? Like his throwing ability is just insane, and you're shocked when the pass is not completed.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm not really like I don't really care one way or the other. I mean, I know I've been tracking it this whole season, and yeah, I would be happy for either guy. I think both deserve it. I don't have a horse in the race. Tom Brady was asked who his MVP is, and I thought, oh, well, he's going to pick the Patriots quarterback for sure. But he didn't. You know, he went with kind of the narrative that you're describing of like, you know, Matthew Stafford, he's been in this league a long time. He's given his whole life to this game, and he hasn't won an MVP yet, and he's very deserving. So let's give him the MVP. You know, Drake May, he's got his whole career ahead of him. You know, he might win an MVP, another MVP later. You know, let's just give it to the old guy. Right. I totally hear that. Maybe, you know, that's probably how it's going to play out. But
yeah, I mean, Stafford leading the league in passing yards. He was over 4,700 passing yards. I mean, that's definitely in his favor as well. Man, it's just 8 interceptions. Drake May also had 8 interceptions, but man, 46 passing touchdowns from Matthew Stafford. Yeah. That is just bonkers, in my opinion.
Sean McVay calling the plays, and you got Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. Meanwhile, Drake May, who's his offensive coordinator? Like,
washed up Josh Daniels.
It is McDaniels. You're right.
Yeah.
And then he's thrown to like Kayshon Boutte and like.
True.
It's
true. Yeah.
I could argue it either way, but I don't care.
Right.
I think the last thing we got to talk about here are these Carolina Panthers, who are just kind of cockroaches in this playoff, who just refuse to die. But I will say this. I don't think they'll win, but they did literally beat the Rams.
They did.
A month ago. So
true.
I would say crazier things have happened, but like this literally happened. And I think it was it in LA? I think they beat them in LA.
It was in Carolina because of the they had to travel across. It was crappy weather. Man,
and it's in Carolina again, so you know.
And it's in Carolina again. Yeah, there was like a pick six. There was an interception in the red zone from Matthew Stafford. It was one of his crazier bad performance games. Bryce Young it was one of Bryce Young's like crazy on fire games. Bryce Young only missed 5 passes, threw for 3 touchdowns. He had this bomb to Tech McMillan that really set them up to win the game. So it's good. They're going to need a lot of luck because they got a lot of luck the first time around.
Well, I don't think they'll win. There's a reason why they were the last pick. Not even a pick, but they're on my team, and if they can beat the Rams again, that'd be sick. Jalen Coker's quickly becoming one of my favorite players in the league. I think he's super underrated. They need to throw to him more, but I don't know.
They need that fan to switch jerseys to show up for offense and defense. That was hilarious against the Seahawks. Okay, should we recap our teams real quick?
Yeah. Do you have it in front of you?
Yes.
All right, go.
Andy has the Jaguars, the 49ers, the Texans, the Steelers, the Packers, the Patriots, and the Seahawks. Austin has the Bills, the Eagles, the Bears, the Chargers, the Rams, the Panthers, and the Broncos.
Good luck, my friend.
Good luck.
All right, that's all for us. We'll probably hit you with another episode reacting to Wildcard Weekend, previewing the divisional round. Andy may or may not make an appearance. We'll see. But
right. We'll see.
Yeah. Good luck out there. Good luck to all your teams, all your fantasy teams. I hope you guys won the championship or at least had a lot of fun.
Right. And sit back and enjoy some NFL playoff football.
Hell yeah. All right. See ya.
See ya.
Thanks a ton for making it to the end of the episode. You're a real one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's a free, easy way to support the show, and it really helps us out. And leave us your comments down below if you're on YouTube, or send in your questions at the Fantasy Flow Podcast at gmail.com. Until next time.